Here are 10 things you can do to dominate your high school basketball tryouts. Let's go. The first thing you could do is show up to the tryout with great conditioning. I'll tell you a little story. When I was a wee little lad, which I wasn't little at all, I was a fat kid. So when I was younger, I showed up to a basketball tryout for a team that I made in past years. It was a travel team, and I was on the A team in the past years. Well, this one year, I showed up to the tryout, and I wasn't in good shape. I was fat. And when we had to run 16s, which is sideline to sideline, I wasn't able to do it. And I remember one of the coaches walking up to me and just being like, "Hey, you okay, buddy? You might want to stop." So I did, because I was about to vomit everywhere. And turns out, that coach that walked over to me was the head coach of the A team. He was the new head coach. I made the A team again that year, and I got barely any playing time. The coach did not like me. And you know what? Partly, I think, he had a good reason to, because, well, I just wasn't conditioned, but also it was unfair. Anyway, the next year, I was actually dropped down to the B team because of this mistake. I ended up thriving on there and having one of the best coaches of my life that I'm still in contact with today, but that's besides the point. Be conditioned when you show up to your tryout. The second thing you could do is be useful. See, don't just show up to the tryout and sit in the corner calling for the ball. Hey, I'm open. Pass me the ball. Pass me the ball. Oh my gosh, he's not passing me the ball, bro. Coaches hate that. Be a part of every single play. Hustle on every single play. And when you're on the offensive end, don't just sit there and do nothing. Do everything that you can to be useful on the basketball court. The third thing you can do is be loud. Be loud. If you're on defense, you can help set up your team. Hey, you switch over here. Get this guy. I'll get the paint. You go over here. If you're talking being loud on defense, coaches are going to love that, and they're going to say, man, this kid has heart. He doesn't want to allow easy buckets. I could use him on my team. Or if you're a point guard setting up the offense, hey, man, go over to this side. Hey, give me a screen. Come up. Go around. Yup. If you're talking that much and you're being loud and you're actually being informative and not just yapping, coaches are going to love that, man. And they're going to see that, and they're going to remember that when they're writing down the names on their clipboards. They're going to say, oh, wait a minute. This kid was talking the whole time, and he was loud. Remember to be loud at your next tryout. My fourth recommendation is very self-explanatory, but I'm just going to say it anyway. Show coachability and leadership. I'm going to talk about coachability first. When your coach is talking, don't talk. Okay? Don't mess around. Don't fool around. I believe that we all know that. But don't just look at him. Listen to the words that he says. And be curious about everything that he's saying, because we're students of the game. And everything that he says could potentially help you in your basketball journey. That's why you should listen. And it shows that you want to be here. Right? You're not just showing up to a tryout just because. No, you are here to learn, and you want to be a student of the game. And coaches love to see that. I actually have a couple examples that are in my mind of past tryouts that I've been to. I'm not saying what grade it was from or what year or if it was in high school or not. I'm not going to get into that. But I do remember certain scenarios where there were kids that just weren't paying as much attention. Like, you could just tell they're kind of just in their own world looking around, Those kids have a very hard time making the team. Very hard time. The second part of this is to show leadership. Now, I understand everybody's built different, right? Everybody has different personality types. Not everybody is a leader, some people say, but I truly believe anybody can be a leader. It's just different leadership styles. Some people are very loud when they're leaders. Some people are very quiet and they lead by example. Whatever it is for you, be that leader, Personally, for me, I would say I'm more of like a outspoken kind of person, and I don't just like to lead by example. I like to boost everybody up. I like to help each other out, hey man, that was a good shot. I think if you did this instead, you might actually have a better chance, right? I like to just help out like that. So whatever your leadership style is for you, do that. The fifth thing you can do is questionable. Here's why. I think that it's important for you to talk to the coaches and introduce yourself, especially if you're an incoming freshman and you've never tried out before, or this is just your first tryout, because if you shake the coach's hand, you look him in the eyes, hey, how you doing, sir? Hey, how you doing, coach? It's great to be here. Nice to meet you. That can just give you a positive interaction. And honestly, like, there's a lot of names on that clipboard, man, depending on how many people are at your tryout, of course. But there's just a lot of names on there, and there's no meaning attached to any of those names other than just the play, that they see. And 3 days of a basketball tryout, which is usually what it is, 3 days is not enough time to gauge who is actually the best player out there and who is actually gonna help the team the most, because it's only 3 days, right? So you might have a couple bad days on the days of the tryouts. So by you just showing your personality, showing that you're coachable, by shaking the coach's hand, being mature, being professional, that might help you out. But do not overdo it, okay? I've seen this a few times as well. Some kids that I know do not work on their game, and they show up to tryouts just hoping to land a spot on the team, and they're over enthusiastic. Hey, how you doing, coach? It's great to meet you. My name is so and so. Like, don't don't do it too much. I'm thinking of actual examples in my head that I cannot say. But so be very careful with this one. Know your coach's personality, right? If you get into the gym and you can see the coach is a bit, I guess, tough, you might not want to do it. But if your coach seems laid back, you can feel it out, do your thing. But this is a questionable one. But if you think it's right, do it. My sixth piece of advice may be my most important. I mentioned this in number 5 as well. Be mature. Coaches don't want to babysit. They want to win basketball games. And if they see you out here being all goofy, joking around with everybody, not listening to the coach, that's going to be a terrible sign for them, and they're not going to want to pick you up on the team. But I will say this. Everybody acts differently, right? I mentioned this before. Everybody's built different. So if you're just overall just a goofy guy, all right, yeah, let your personality show, but maybe wait to let that show until you've already made the team. And don't go too crazy with it. If your coach is talking, shut up. Listen to the coach. If your team is like in a serious conversation in a huddle or something, don't just like you know what to do. All right. The 7th thing you must do at tryouts is be aggressive. Now, this does not mean you be a ball hog. A lesson that I've learned in my basketball journey is that being aggressive and being a ball hog are two completely different things. See, by being aggressive, you can not only set up yourself to score, but also your teammates. By being aggressive, you can drive to the paint really fast and then kick out to an open corner 3 or something like that. Be aggressive, because that will get you in every single play. And that ties into my first lesson of being useful. Lesson number 8, be a team morale guy. This goes along with being loud, okay? But specifically, I want you to build up every single one of your teammates. I know you're competing for a spot. I get it. But if you build them up, if you show that it doesn't even matter to you, you're just confident in your abilities and you just love the game. Hey man, that was a good shot. Keep shooting it. Hey, hey, dust yourself off. It's okay. You'll get the next one. That sort of stuff will show coaches that not only you care about the game and you just want to win at all costs, but you're just going to be a good person to be around. And every team needs a glue guy on their team. They need that Draymond Green. They need that guy that's just going to band everybody together, and you could be that guy for your team. This is the most self-explanatory part of this video. Number 9, hustle. I want you to dive for every loose ball, go up for every rebound, stay low, etc., etc., etc. Do all the dirty work. Do the stuff that nobody else is willing to do, because this is your only chance. You have 3 days at tryouts, so make the most of it. Right? If a coach sees somebody that's going to hustle on every single play, I've seen this happen firsthand. There will be some guys that really aren't skilled at basketball. They're what we would call like a raw basketball player. They're raw. They're not very skillful. But just because they give effort on every single play, a lot of them just got picked up on the team because of it. Don't underestimate the power of just hustling. Number 10, have confidence in yourself and trust in your teammates. All right. When you take a shot, I want you to have the confidence that that shot is going in. Now, if a teammate shoots a shot, depending on who the teammate is, it might be hard to have trust in them. So you might have to pretend to trust them. Be like, oh yeah, we like that shot, and then even if it airballs, hey, you got it. Next one. Have trust in other people and have trust in yourself. Now, if you struggle with having confidence on the basketball court, check out this video right now where I talked about exactly that. But as always, keep God first. Good luck, bro. I'll see you, man.